Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in, come on in. Let's see. Up, there we go. I see us. Okay. How is everybody doing today? There we go. Let me know that you're here. We've got some cool stuff to talk about. Let me put my light on once. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Yep, there we go. So, April 1st. Hello from Maryland. Hello, Maryland, Pennsylvania, from Pennsylvania. It is April 1st. Can you believe it? Spring is right around the corner. I'm loving it. Although today, the weather's kind of fooling me a little bit. It's cold out there, right? So, a lot of things that are going on in the next couple weeks. Go to connectingtospiritwithstacy.com or go to my events on social media and you can join one of the group events, or you can schedule an appointment with me if you choose to have a private. But a lot of really cool things that are going on, from a gallery, a Kismet Epiphany, to a benefit for the Agape Project, to, let's see, we're doing another craft project that's not up yet. It made me mine. We're doing a past life regression in a salt cave, as well as a group reading in a salt cave. You really got a lot of different things, and a chance to see me. So definitely check it out. Come and see me. Say hi. Oh, I'm so excited about the things that are coming up here in the next couple weeks. So, April 1st, April Fools. Let me move my microphone. It was away from me. So I want to take this opportunity to say to you, even though it is April Fool's, don't be fooled by yourself. You all know, I'm sorry I didn't introduce myself. Evidential Medium Stacy Needenthal. If this is the first time here, say hello, put a 1, and let me know it's your first, so afterwards I can personally welcome you. I'm an evidential medium, child of God, spiritual healer with the ability to channel spirit using love and light. Basically what that means is I'm not the medium that says I see death all around you and you're going to be dead in 10 days. My gift, my prayer is always healing from God, from spirit, from angels. So today is Tuesday Talks at 10:30. I come on every Tuesday at 10:30 in the morning, although I wasn't on last week because I was traveling to Bel Air, Maryland. But we just come on and talk about things that maybe you have questions about, or they're usually derived from questions that my clients ask me. And I feel like, oh, this is a good subject to talk about. But since today is April Fool's, April 1st, I thought it would be a good time to talk about who are you fooling? Why are you fooling yourself? Don't be fooled. Walk into your grace, walk into your energy, walk into your spirit, and allow your authentic self to blossom. So last night, when I was thinking about what to talk about, I went to my Divine Energy cards and I pulled 4 cards, and I asked specifically for something that would help us to open our eyes to what spring can bring to us. So the 4 cards that I pulled, and I'm going to talk about them individually, but the first one is admit your vulnerability. And then I had burst out of your cocoon, claim your art, and shine your light. So when I think about April Fools, and before I get started, Donna Hammond is asking for prayers for her daughter from everyone. So if you would just keep her daughter in your prayers and send some hearts, much appreciated. Much appreciated. So these are 4 great cards to think about when we think about April 1st, April Fools. This is the best day, to me, to admit your vulnerabilities. You're either openly denying your vulnerabilities or you are hiding them in secret. And your divine energy is calling you in a loving spirit to admit that maybe you're vulnerable, you're afraid of something, so you don't walk forward into it. It's calling out your faith and standing in faith and trusting it. It's surrendering your needs to Creator for to be grateful for all that you receive. So here you are, when you admit your vulnerabilities, right? You are facing your fear. You're standing up to your fear. And even though you may have a fear of it, you are not letting that fear stop you. You are walking through it. You're facing it and saying, no more. I am allowing myself to trust that God, the universe, Spirit, the angelic beings have my back. I am trusting that I no longer need to stand in this fear because I'm bursting out of my cocoon. Beautiful, right? So when you're bursting out of your cocoon, the phase of fear is ending. It is the beginning of something new for you. New opportunities, new possibilities. Things are going to be coming available to you. The cocoon no longer restricts you. You're no longer trapped in the cocoon. Now granted, cocoons are protective, right? And the butterfly stays in the cocoon until it's ready to launch. So even though it is protected, it's also kind of trapped. But it's, gosh, I don't know why I'm using this word, but it's marinating in its own spiritual energy so that it has enough strength to break out of it. And you're breaking free from the limitations that are stopping you. Fear. And when you break free from this cocoon and you stretch your wings, you're getting rid of the things that are weighting your wings down, which was the cocoon that you were in. And you're spreading your wings, you're letting them dry out from the breeze, and you're soaring. You're allowing yourself to get rid of that limiting access, that limiting thought process in your mind, so that you can now soar. You have the courage to fly to new heights. And this is a very exciting time for all of us who want to change our thought process, the situation that we're in, the things around us. And even if it's a little uncomfortable, right? And I love the thought of the cocoon. When it said burst out of your cocoon, I was like, oh my God, Denise would love this. But it's not easy for the butterfly to get out of the cocoon. It has to wiggle around a little bit and, drop the cocoon. It takes time. But it's being honest with yourself of the things and the situations that are around you that no longer bring you joy. Fear cannot bring you joy. Negative energy from other people cannot bring you joy. You are looking for the things that do not weigh your wings down, but instead they make you rise. So you are admitting your vulnerabilities, okay? And then you're bursting out of your cocoon. Because even though you have to trust the universe by being vulnerable, it may be different for you because you have never done this before. You've always just been a people pleaser or a worrier or someone who just stands with status quo, and your energy feels kind of gunky. And you're afraid of certain things. And fear can just compound the mind like crazy. So, when you burst out of your cocoon, you can claim your art. And I want to talk to you a little bit in depth about claiming your art. The more you awaken your creative spirit inside of you, the things that were hidden inside of you because of fear, the more you will feel comfortable within yourself. There might be some discomfort because it's not something that you're used to. but creatively the juices will start to flow. And trust those creative urges. We all have some type of creative talent, whether it is art or music or the way that you communicate, the way you write, the way you connect with animals, the way you sew, the way you dance. We have some type of creative juice within us. Maybe problem solving is your creative juices. So you don't have to be good at this creative object. You just have to make an effort to put an action behind it and feel the energetic vibe within yourself because of it. Don't criticize yourself. You're reconnecting with yourself. You're avoiding the criticism and you're enjoying the outcome, the action of doing. So I want to just read to you. It's not story hour, but I want to read to you about the power of now. And it's just a short part by Eckhart Tolle. If you have not read this book, please read it. It can get a little deep sometimes, but it makes you go, holy crap, never thought about that. And when I was reading last night, after I wrote this, it made sense to talk about this. So it says, enlightenment means rising above thought, above your thought, not falling back to the level of thought or below thought, the level of an animal or a plant. In the enlightened state, you will use your thinking mind when needed, but in much more focused way and an effective way than ever before. You use it mostly for practical purposes, but you are free of involuntary internal dialogue. You are free from it. So you're not trying to do something and your mind is saying that you can't do it. You're releasing that. And there, in this inner stillness, when you use your mind, and particularly when a creative solution is involved, you oscillate every minute or so between thought and stillness, between mind and no mind. I love this. No mind. That's consciousness. No mind is consciousness without thought. Only in the way that it is possible to think creativity or creatively. Don't you love that I'm reading to you and I can't read this morning? Because only in that way does that thought have any real power. Thought alone, when it is no longer connected with a much vaster realm of consciousness, quickly becomes barren, insane, and destructive. So when you are without thought and then you bring thought in, all of a sudden it is insane and destructive. So you get this creative thought of something that you want to do, something that you want to accomplish, and then all of a sudden the brain switches on and says, you can't do that. You're not worthy of that. Why would you do that? Why do you want to be seen? Oh my God, you're going to make a mistake. The mind is essentially always in survival mode. It is a survival machine. Attack and defense against other minds, gathering, storing, and analyzing information. This is what it is good at. But it is not good all the time at being creative. Right? When we talk to someone, we have a conversation with someone, we are instantly thinking of how we can respond to what they're saying. We constantly have a plan B and C. If A doesn't work out, I can fall back on B, or I can fall back on C. Well, I never did it this way, and it's not safe, so I'm not going to do it. And the only reason it's not safe is because it's going to feel uncomfortable, and I'm vulnerable, and I don't like to feel vulnerable. Hello? All true artists, whether they know it or not, create from a place of no mind, from inner stillness. The mind then gives them form to create impulses and insights. So impulses or creativity, your mind just starts popping and, juking around. And when I'm writing, it's just, and I often feel like it's channeled because it comes straight from here to my hands. My mind has no thought in it. When I stop and I reread what I've written, then that's when I cross things out and think, I don't know. That's when my mind gets in there. Should I really talk about that? Oh, I don't know about that. Do I need to talk to people about being vulnerable and claiming their art and bursting out of their cocoon? Absolutely. Today is April Fool's Day. Do not fool yourself that you cannot come out of your cocoon, because by God you can. You can claim your art. Don't allow the acts of others to stifle you. Through hard work, and I don't want to say that when you come out of your cocoon, when you claim your art, when you admit your vulnerabilities, that it's going to be easy, because it's not. It's not. But the end result is a beautiful, soaring butterfly, an energetic being within yourself that has rid yourself of what has stifled you for so long. So through this hard work, through being aware of how your emotions feel, of what your actions are, you can improve and move into a more vulnerable state of being, to claim your art, to claim who you are. And it will bring you such positive, joyful energy. And maybe it's energy that you've never felt before. Or maybe you go, oh my gosh, I feel like my old self again. Work has been crazy. The world has kind of been crazy. My family's been crazy. I've had a lot of stress. I've got a lot of this. I've been working in defense mode so that I'm protecting myself instead of being in offense mode and doing the things that you enjoy doing, because that's who you are. Opening your heart and taking a few risks and trusting yourself, your divine energy, your spirit will shine bright. Trust that you have talents. Trust that you are capable of doing things. You have one of those friends that say, I'll just do it because when you do it, you mess it up. Do you have somebody that just says, no, that's never going to work? You've tried so many things and you quit halfway through. Well, maybe you quit because this friend of yours is saying, no, this isn't going to work. And then you start to doubt yourself. It's allowing yourself to not doubt, to see the finish line and to strive towards it, leaving the doubters behind. I say to certain people who doubt the things that I want to do, look, you can either come along with me and watch me fail, or maybe I will succeed and you've come along with me. Or you can stand in the sidelines, and if I fail, you can say, I told you so. And if I succeed, I would hope that you would say, congratulations, you did it. But here's the thing, you gotta try. Because if you don't, you never know. You will never know what joy you could have felt within yourself had you let go of the negative energy. I swear, when I get into a conversation, and I avoid political conversations like the plague, and when there's someone who just won't let it go, all I say to them, if you would speak positively about both sides, maybe you will put positive energy into both sides. Instead of saying, I hate, I hate, I hate. I may not agree with what one side's doing or the other side's doing, but I am going to pray that they find a solution. And if it is not the solution for me, then I will find my solution. Make sense? I cannot let others stifle me. But if you're putting negative words, negative energy into the universe, you're going to get it back. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. Have you ever, run into someone who is angry about something, and then all of a sudden you feel that anger, and then you're angry, but you don't know why you're angry? Because you've picked up their energy. Instead of saying to them, what's going on? How can I help? Let's talk. And listen. Don't listen to respond, just listen to listen. And one of the greatest things that I've learned is after someone has told me what the situation is. Normally, years ago, I would be thinking they want me to fix it. But I have realized that not everybody wants me to fix their problems. So when I hear what the problem is, I will say, or I will try to say, do you have a solution? And then I'll listen. I just get quiet. I just shut up. Do you need help from anyone? And then you listen. Can I help? And then you listen. And do not be offended if they say no, you can't help. You know what? I will pray for the situation. And if you need me, I am here. But I don't offer my advice unless they ask for it. That was a hard lesson to learn. It was a real hard lesson to learn because I just figured if you're telling me your problem, you want my opinion. You don't. And I get it. Okay? So when you allow yourself to claim your art and you stand for it and you spring for it and you release those things that are entrapping you. I don't know how else to say it, but have you ever felt like enclosed and like you can't move even though there's so many ideas that you have, but because of this or because of this or because of this, you can't do it? It is figuring out how to do what you feel drawn to do. To let your artistic, creative ability shine. Tonight on the podcast at 8 o'clock on Bold Brave TV, and on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, all those goodies, I'm going to talk about Archangel Gabriel, the Archangel of communication and creativity. So if you need to work on something like this, tune in tonight or rewatch it on YouTube or Spotify or my Facebook. There's my little 30-second commercial. I'm sorry, I come from advertising. I got to pop it in there every once in a while. So when you allow yourself to do this, guess what? All of a sudden, you're shining your light. Remember when you were little, and maybe some of you didn't do this, but when you were little, when you went to church and you were in Sunday school, and there was shine your light and hide it under a bushel? No. You don't hide your light. Let your light beam. If it's too bright for somebody else, they can put freaking sunglasses on. Whoops. Not sure what I just lost. Oh, my pen. I thought my earrings just fell out of my head. But it is shining that light, shining it so bright that you feel the warmth from it. Not allowing others to stifle you and to fool you into thinking you can't, when deep inside you know that you can. Even if you are, let me say it this way. Yes. So, in April, daffodils and crocuses bloom. Right? We have a neighbor over here that has a field that used to have sheep in it. Hopefully he's going to get his sheep back. But there are daffodils that just pop up wherever. They are a very strong flower. You see flowers coming up through concrete, through this little crack in the concrete. Did that flower stop because the concrete was in its way? No. It was in the search of light. And it made it up through the concrete. So push towards the light to shine your light. If a flower can do it, by God, so can you. So admitting your vulnerabilities will allow you to burst out of your cocoon, which helps you to claim your art and shine your light. Oh my goodness. You will be so glad that you did. So glad that you did. Instead of staying the same old, and I don't want to say you have a boring life, but instead of being the same robotic person day after day after day, because you fear stepping outside of your comfortable limits, is there something that you've always wanted to do, but you're afraid to do it? Figure out an action plan to be able to accomplish it. Trust me, you don't want to be 80 or 90 years old and think, oh, I never got the chance to. I wish that I would have. I have clients say that to me all the time. Say the things to your loved ones now. If you get an opportunity to go for a walk or go for a hike and see something that you've never seen before, go. If you have an opportunity to be creative and create something, no matter how beautiful or how unbeautiful it is, create it. Do it. Because the more you practice it, the more beautiful it will be and the more freeing it will be for your own energy. I just love that these 4 cards came up on April 1st, April Fool's Day, because we fool ourselves into thinking we're not worthy, or we're stupid, or someone else deserves it more than I do. Our mind gets involved. Allow the non-mind, just like in the book of The Power of Now, calling in the no mind, the mind that is of no thought. And it's not easy. I try to practice every single morning before I get up. Just no talk. Just breathe. And I'll hear myself say breathe, and I'm like, no, I'm already breathing. And then I'll hold my breath because I can't talk in my mind. And I'm like, oh my God, this shouldn't be this hard. And it's taken practice, but I can do it. And some days I do it better than other days. But it is getting quiet, because when I get quiet, all of a sudden a solution comes. All of a sudden I feel energized. Like I can do and be for the world what the world needs. My passion, my goal is to help heal the world one person at a time. Shine my light on one person at a time so that their light switch turns on and they shine it on somebody else and their light switch turns on. And so on, and so on, and so on. We need a vast healing on this earth. Because there are too many negative words being said and put out into the universe. Too much hate that's out there. And granted, maybe we can't stop it, but maybe we can slow it down. But I cannot do it myself, all by myself. I'm showing you my vulnerabilities. I'm giving you my big ask. I want to heal the world one person at a time. Won't you allow me to show you my vulnerabilities and admit it? Because it's a big ask to burst out of my cocoon so that I can talk to people one at a time, connect with their loved ones, bring a message of healing through to them, claiming my art, connecting to the spirit world. I feel like I have an art of communicating with people who are less than found. I don't want to say that they're lost. They're searching for their path and helping them to shine their light. Who wants to help me? Help me, right? Allow yourself to be vulnerable. I am not going to be fooled today by my thinking mind. I'm going to let my unthinking mind push me along and say, you can do it. Here's what I see for you. Let's go. Hold my hand. Here we go. So, I hope this made sense to you. I'm so excited about this message today. I really was. I come in contact with so many clients who say to me, I wish I would have done, I wish I would have said, why didn't I do? And I've helped clients transition to the other side. I always wanted to do, why didn't I? That's right, why didn't you? Because you wouldn't allow yourself to be vulnerable. And don't hold on to those regrets then. Do better with the next person. Alright guys? So, Evidential Medium, Stacey Diedenthal here. Tuesday Talks at 10:30. I come every Tuesday at 10:30. Check out the website, the events on social media, if you want to join us in one of the groups. We're doing an awesome benefit for the Agape Project in Havre de Grace, Maryland, where all the proceeds go to support the Agape Project, and they do missions trips, and they help people when they find themselves dishomed, whether it's a fire or a flood or something like that. They help people who are struggling with addictions to get help. It's just a wonderful project. Danny McGee runs it, and it's just an awesome project. If you haven't heard about it yet, go to Agape Projects and like and share and read all about them. But today is every day. I pray that you live the life you love and love the life you live. If not, my friends, you're the only one that can change it. Admit your vulnerabilities. I have to remember, burst out of your cocoon, claim your art, and shine your light. Who's with me? All right, guys. I love you so much. I really, really do. Here's from my heart to your heart for a beautiful Tuesday, a wonderful April Fool's Day, April 1st. Spring is right around the corner, even though the weather's a little chilly today. It's fooling us. But we'll talk to you next Tuesday at 10:30. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. But tonight on the podcast, Bold Brave Media, YouTube, Facebook, Connecting to Spirit, we're going to talk about Archangel Gabriel, the Archangel of Communication and Creativity. All right, guys. Till next week, peace out. Have a great day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.